Hello, skis. It is us. I am we, and we are he, and we are all together. Um, I am going to share my screen. Everything you'll need to know will be on your screen. So you guys don't really have to worry about that. Also, I put it in our chat, our comment section. I did not know this, but there is a playlist for this game from the community and the makers of the game. I've got it on right now. It's pretty fucking perfect. So let me share. For those that don't know, this is a 1 to 5 player RPG, DM-less, so none of us are running it. The game basically runs itself. There are no dice involved. There are no randomizers. This is a game of we are given situations, we are given options, we make decisions. Those decisions generally have significant consequence. We are 3 individuals going into the zone. None of us expect to come back, and probably none of us will. So let's get started. We are playing Operation Millennium Hostage. So the goal of the game is to tell a weird, magical, realist horror story of mutation and self-discovery. A story about people who risk everything for an obsession. A story where only one will make it to the end. 2 to 3 hours. We played this, the 2 of us, in about an hour and a half. I think we all know each other's pronouns. Also, if there's something that hits you in a way you don't feel comfortable with, say so in the private chat with an X, and we will skip right past it. It's a live multiplayer space, so I can't see everything you can see, but I'm going to share my screen so you can see everything I see.
Okay. So there's some spoilers from your side then?
Not as much as you'd think.
Okay.
So welcome, volunteers. I know you've been wondering what the zone really is. If the rumors are true, as the 14th expedition, you deserve to know what we know. It's really not a lot, but it might help you. It all started with the anomalies. Locals calling in to talk radio shows or visiting their doctors with stories of unseasonal weather, impossible objects, half sightings of unknown creatures, claimed conversations with long dead loved ones. People disappeared. Medical notes described bodies that started changing. We initiated special containment procedures. We performed tests on those who refused to evacuate. Then, as if reacting to our attention, the boundary appeared and isolated everything and everyone within an area of several square miles. We don't know if there are still any survivors, or if they're even still human. Since that moment, not a single expedition has returned. All lose contact minutes after leaving visual range. We're going on fragments here, rumors, and occasional anomalies that seem to seep beyond the boundary. We don't know what the zone wants, or if it actually wants anything. It seems to be a mirror. It manifests whatever phobias, whatever obsessions and memories you actually bring into your experience. The zone brings those to life, and it brings them to life to test you. There are rumors that the zone can grant your deepest wish if it deems that you're worthy. Sensor reading shows something incredibly powerful at its heart. Perhaps the only way to actually escape is to visit the center itself. You're the 14th expedition. You will almost certainly not return. Good hunting, but be prepared to die. The Federal Bureau of Coherence, without admitting liability, thanks you for accepting this mission. So it sets the tone for what we're about to get ourselves into. If you've ever read or watched the movie Annihilation, if you've ever read the book Roadside Picnic or seen the movie Stalker, this is kind of the vibe we're going for here. So we're telling a movie. The game is a series of scenes which we can choose to play in as much or as little detail as possible, or I should say as we want. We can describe or even act out what characters are doing. We should try to keep these to a couple minutes, usually 5 minutes or so. We'll take turns being the director. There is no GM. We take turns as the director, sitting up and ending scenes, and all share a few key moves that can trigger at any time to help the story along. No one will be forced to do anything. No one will force to be on the spot for that long. We will play to lose. We're not competing with each other. That's why our fates are secretly decided at the start. So we can focus on creating not so easy situations which characters will always take the bait on and will inevitably suffer the consequence. You can see there's other little things on here telling us little things. So we're in charge of our characters, but share responsibility with everything else. Those moments that you have you yelling, "Don't go in there and don't touch that" at your favorite horror film. That's this entire game.
Touch all the things. Excellent. Okay.
Yeah, you'll be really good at it, Nate. So this is the board. It's a shared space. Unless explicitly stated otherwise, we can all see roughly the same things on our screens. If there's something only you can see, it will say only you are seeing this. So you've got, here's the pathway we take. This is the center. These are the scenes, and these are the not so easy cards. This spiral of cards represents a zone. Each card is a location. The expedition will go through on their one-way journey into the zone. The game starts at the zone observatory facility, which is right outside the boundary. Once inside, you cannot backtrack. In each location, we will do a few scenes. Expect to do 2 or 3 scenes in each location, fewer as we get closer to the center. So think about it as 1 turn equals 1 scene. So we might be in one location we each get a turn in that location. Then again, it might be just only one of us. There are no stats or dice rolls in the game. Whenever a character tries to do something that seems like it would be not so easy for them, anyone can force them to pull a not so easy card. Not so easy cards have bittersweet outcomes that advance a story like yes, but, and no, and most of them will trigger a mutation. Trigger them often. Our fates are predetermined by fate cards. The character on the fate card must die in the scene when it is revealed, unless another player sacrifices their own character. You cannot die before your fate card, so take risks. When your character dies, you keep playing as the zone, setting up scenes as usual, with nothing to distract you from making things weird, magical, and horrible for the rest of the survivors. The game ends at the center. This is the innermost part of the zone where the final player will ask it to grant or free them from their own obsession. The remaining players embody the zone and decide their survivor's final fate. We just talked about this, the X card. Just put it in private. I feel like we're all good. There's actually an X card button, but I think we can do it in the private chat. Don't give in to trying to give people ideas. It's their moment to make those decisions. We have the authority over our characters. It's okay to suggest things, but no pressure. The players are more important in the game. Take care of each other. We're all real humans. We should all care about each other. We can choose PG-13 or R-rated. What do we want to do? We want to know. We can indicate where there are cursors, but I mean, what are we thinking? I think it's Doug right there.
I think that's fair.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, where's the NC-17?
Oh God.
Okay, maybe not that far.
Not on Twitch.
That right there. We're good. R-rated.
Sorry. Yep. We're all good.
Perfect. All right, each character will have an obsession, a phobia, and a reason they cannot go back to their old life. All these characters share one thing. They know the zone will almost certainly kill them, but believe it's worth it to fulfill their obsessions. So we'll all choose a job, basically, who we are.
Okay.
Last time I played the chaplain, so I will not be playing the chaplain. If you click on them, they should tell you. And I believe last time I played the chaplain, last time James played the soldier. I think I'm going to go with the scientist.
Okay.
Also, the fact that it gave me Dr. Igor Moreau at MD as the name, I think I'm going to keep that.
Can I unselect something after I've picked it?
Yeah, there's a button that says choose another right underneath the name of the thing.
Right here.
Oh, perfect.
On the left side. I was just looking through some of these too, yeah.
So you can, when it comes to your obsessions, your phobias and the like, you can hit the pick button. It'll give you kind of a list of ideas. I think James and I kind of used went off of these loosely last time, but did our own thing. I think this time I'm just going to,
Ben, what did you say you're doing?
I'm doing the scientist.
I'm currently looking and leaning towards the entrepreneur.
Nice.
I think I'm going to pick the soldier.
Okay. All right, then I'm going to pick this one. What name going to be?
Uh-oh, Nate's giggling.
Oh, it's just the random name is Riddick Hunter.
I think the random name generator is like is one of those perfect things for like, every name feels like a goddamn movie name, which is perfect. So then we come up with why we can't go back.
All right, apparently I just made the Punisher.
One of the I'm picking one of the obsessions just because of its name, not necessarily because of its description.
Oh no.
I wonder if we all have those.
No, I think it's
Although really
specific.
I shouldn't. I should really just do that one. Yeah, I like that one better. There was one of the obsessions was it's personal.
Fuck off. Is it really?
But it is, but then the description I don't really care about. Your billionaire rival was on the previous expedition. Ha. I'm like, I don't want that one, so I'm not gonna do that one. But
yeah.
I know I can write my own, but I don't want to think that much. I'm already taking like a time to think of what my last name is, and I'm like, oh,
You're okay.
You're good, man. This is how it's supposed to go.
Yeah.
Do these details stay on the screen, or can we get them again? Or what's
yes, you'll have access to them.
Okay.
So you don't need to like necessarily remember them. Nate, are you in the Oz game tomorrow? I'm pretty sure you are, right?
Yeah, I made Cassandra and Warrior.
That's right, you did. I couldn't remember. I'm kind of my brain is gelatin right now. So.
No problem. Colin made me. I have, I guess, a battle chicken. I'm a ranger.
That stuff doesn't really come in. As I put in the chat at the beginning, you only come in with what you come to the table with.
I mean, you want me to bring a chicken in the house?
That's up to you, man. Do you carry a chicken to your gaming table?
No.
I don't know what your freaky business you get into.
No, this is a chicken-free house.
No,
because that'd be messy.
How are the chickens doing?
They're doing pretty good. They're all still around. They're still laying eggs somehow.
They're little poop machines.
Seriously, so much.
Have they cannibalized each other at all yet?
No.
You've been lucky then.
And they're all relatively nice.
Wow, that's really good.
Yeah. We don't have any roosters, so I don't know if that has anything to do with it.
That probably helps a little bit. Also, do you guys spend a bunch of time with them?
A bit, yeah. I mean,
that probably helps too. Our chickens were like, I think they probably saw somebody maybe, like once a day, but it wasn't like for an extended period of time. So
yeah, we feed them like twice a day.
Yeah, well, they had an auto feeder.
Okay.
So,
yeah, we should probably get something for that because it's kind of a pain.
If you don't have a ton of them, it's not bad, and it is a good way to, like, for lack of a better term, socialize them.
Yeah.
But chickens are mean little animals. Douglas,
Yeah,
how we doing?
almost.
Okay, good. Just want to check. How much, Nathan, do you know about Baum's Oz? There's like 30 books.
Not a whole lot.
You've seen like Wizard of Oz, I'm assuming.
I've seen the movie. I
Have you
can't
seen-
say that
Have you seen Return to Oz?
no.
Return to Oz is far more like the vibe of the books.
Yeah.
Which I would recommend. Now that we're adults, it's not as fucking scarring as it was as a kid.
Okay.
All right, I'm
You
good
should
to go.
watch
Do
it-
I click
you
start
should-
game or?
I can click it. You should watch it for nothing other than Mombi, because Mombi is perfect D&D nightmare fuel. She's a witch who has a giant room full of heads. She can change her head out. So she wears different heads like you would wear hats. Okay, Jebediah Azul, Riddick Hunter, and Dr. Ego Moreau. You are the player's characters anytime without interrupting the game. Just you have to click on your dude. We ready?
Yep.
All right, here we go. Doug, you were randomly picked as the first director. Although you can claim the scene if you want, the expedition is ready to begin. You're all at the Zone Observatory facility the night before you have to cross the boundary. This scene is to practice the flow of the game.
All right.
You
So
just hit it.
I'll click the start us off button.
The expedition has arrived at the Zone Observation Facility. Doug decides what form it takes. So as the director, you decide what it looks like. We can talk about it, but you get to make the decision.
All right. You guys see all the options? Oh, yeah. You do.
Yeah,
Okay.
we see all those.
So I'll just kind of read this out. So let's see. Our options are field tents, sandbags, and portable scientific equipment in the rugged no man's land around the zone. Moved often to stay out of the boundaries expansion. I like that. A hulking steel and concrete complex with many sublevels, containment chambers, rustic manor and farms. I like the first one because this is reminding me a lot of. I think I've seen Annihilation, but a movie that I really like that has similar setup is I can't remember the name of it. Arrival.
Yeah, that would be a good example.
Yeah,
I definitely.
I will say this:
going with field tents.
I'm pretty sure these three options are all different than the three options that James and I had the first playthrough.
Nice,
which is interesting to me. All right, you just click on the one you want to pick.
Yeah, I could be convinced to do steel and concrete if any of you have strong opinions.
I have no preference. I think they're all cool ideas.
Want to field tents. All right, you're the director. You're gonna prompt and say the Zone Observer field tents, sandbags, and portable scientific equipment in the rugged no man's land around the zone. Moved often to stay out of the boundaries expansion.
So you hit scene prompt
So
and
get a scene
give
prompt.
you some options.
Okay. Intro scene. Let me just see the director starts in. Read this aloud. There are 3 parts to a scene: the setup, collaborative storytelling, and the ending. The director is in charge of the setup and the ending and facilitates collaborative storytelling by asking questions of the group. You can use the questions on the card or come up with your own. We'll use the next scenes to practice this cycle and learn the key moves. Okay, next. The setup. To set up a scene, introduce the location, decide which characters it's about. In this case, it's everyone. Set up the situation described by the prompt. Where is everyone when this starts? What are they doing? In future scenes, you describe how everyone got there from the previous scene or the location. And ending the scene, the director ends the scene and their turn when the prompt is resolved. In this case, it's when everyone has shared a rumor. It's better to end a scene too early than too late. If you've gone off topic, end the scene. Now, set up the scene and start collaborative storytelling. When everyone has shared a rumor, click end scene. All right, intro scene. The night before, everyone shares rumors.
And then you choose which of these 3 is the prompt you want to use.
Okay, let's see. Let's see. I think practice asking questions. Are these just things that I ask? What are moves?
Moves, what I believe are
moves
like
do.
we don't
What can
have
moves do? What can do moves? Everyone. Any player can use the moves at any time, just not the director. The director controls the start and end of each scene. Aim for at least one not so easy person.
So we wouldn't really have access to moves in this first practice thing. The moves are like the whole something's not right, it's not so easy. They're the bottom thing here. Take stock. Something's not right, not so easy.
Okay, I guess we just kind of jump in, right? So, like, to set up a scene, I'm supposed to.
We've
kind of already introduced the location.
These are the 3 prompts they give you. You don't have to use those, but they're the ones that are like, oh, these make sense.
So am I just asking these to the group then, more or less?
Yeah, you kind of set the scene of like what's going on. So,
or am I answering these questions? And that's part of the setting up the scene.
You can be a part of that scene.
Okay.
If you so choose to, but you don't have to. You could be like, well, my guy was off doing this other thing, or you can be he was in the room and just didn't say anything, or but it depends on how you want to do it. I feel bad because they made you the director right off the. If you would like, I can take this one to kind of get you going on it, and then you can take my first one that pops up.
Well, I mean, I'm just not really sure what I'm supposed to do right now.
You're just setting like, okay, so you might say the 3 of you are in your bunking area going through your packs, and at that point, one of the aides comes in with a packet, and the packet's full of photos of wildlife and animals you may spot in the boundary area, and they leave it open as they walk out. You all kind of meander over and take a look at it. What sort of odd things have you heard? Not in briefings, but in loose chatter about what lies in the zone.
Okay.
That's kind of how I would do it, I guess.
Okay. Yeah. So we'll go similar to that. We'll just say, yeah, we're all, in our different bunks, nervous about what's to come tomorrow, or maybe we're not nervous, depending on what you are doing. So basically, I guess what I want to set up is, how are you all feeling about what's going to happen, tomorrow? And also the what's rumored about the previous expeditions. I want to, if anyone has anything that they've heard about what's happened in the previous expeditions.
I heard someone came back from Expedition 13. They were changed, and they weren't allowed to leave the facility. Somebody ended them.
I've heard that they did not return as human being, not as we know. Cellular level degraded. Almost protoplasmic entity, single cell, but the size of a man. I do not know for sure. This is how you say classified.
Okay. I don't know what happened to the previous ones, and I don't care. Because, yeah.
You are a rich man. Why do this?
I have I mean, as you know, or maybe you don't know, in that you haven't heard much about me lately because nobody likes me anymore. Nobody cares about me. I used to be a big freaking deal, and I'm not anymore. And whether the press loved me or hated me, I didn't really care as long as they talked about me. And nobody talks about me anymore. So I'm going to figure out what's going on.
In my country, you would be called oligarch.
I'm not good. I'm not good at like pulling strings behind the scenes. I like to be out there. I like people to know who I am, and I miss being in the limelight. So this is my opportunity back.
Under his breath, he says, "Piece of shit."
So yeah, I'm gonna get there, and I have lots of money, and so I'm hopefully going to bring lots of cool gadgets that'll help us out.
No one comes out of zone. Why? You have a death wish. You are going to die.
Well, yeah, that one guy made it out, but
did not come back as human.
Yeah.
And is a rumor.
Well, I have confidence, especially with you guys by my side. I mean, come on.
I have no No compunctions. Will not return.
Well, I kind of need this because at this point, I'd rather just die than just be ignored. The money doesn't really do anything for me. I've had so many, you can only sleep with so many hookers. I mean, seriously, it gets to be the same.
You are a piece of shit.
At least I'm something.
I'm a scientist. You may have the money, but you have not done anything of value.
Well, that's why I'm here.
He kind of looks at you perplexed, and then he just kind of goes back to looking at his pack and making sure everything's there for tomorrow. Was there any other things you wanted to give us direction on?
Nate, you were a soldier, right? Was that?
Yeah.
You're a soldier. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we can see each other's thing, can't we?
Yeah, you can click on it.
Yeah. So I haven't actually looked through all your guys' stuff yet, but mine also said that I am a oh, that's right. I can't actually see behind that help thing. Nobody cares about me after my laughable presidential run. It was really bad. It was really bad. I'm trying really hard not to be any actual characters, any actual human beings, but
yeah, your bigly presidential run.
Yeah, think of it more like Ross Perot. Maybe.
Oh shit! Can I finish there? Can I finish?
Can't finish.
Wouldn't be prudent at this juncture. Oh, wait, was that George Bush?
That was George Bush.
I can't remember. They're both Dana Carvey, right?
Yeah. You're on the right. You're still batting in the same ballpark. Can't finish.
All right.
You can probably end the scene there.
Yep.
Yeah, and we'll just end it there. We're good.
Like they said, I think James and I missed the boat on this last time. End it when it's.
In this case, when everyone has shared a rumor. Yeah. So I don't know what rumor I shared, but whatever. Let's just keep going and we'll figure stuff out. All right. I'm ending the scene. All right, Nate.
All right. So let's move to the boundary.
The crossing was split into 3 short scenes, one for each of the 3 key moves. Before we start the first scene, we'll do a quick overview of the 3 moves. Take stock. Starting with you, every player adds a sensory detail about the scene: sight, touch, sound, smell, taste, or how your character feels. You can skip yourself if you don't have anything in mind. When everyone has spoken, return to collaborative storytelling. And then there's example.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. I mean, it's just kind of like little thoughts that someone had in their game.
Mm-hmm.
Something's not right. The person who triggered the move, something's not right, and what they think might be wrong. It's kind of like, I got a bad feeling about this.
Yeah.
Another player says it's worse than that and describes how. The player who said something's not right incorporates this escalation in the storytelling continues. James, I had a blast with this. The example I think is perfect. Something's not right. I feel like the trees are watching us. Oh, creepy. Okay, it's worse than that. The branches are moving and they're trying to grab us and they keep getting closer. I think my scientists might not be able to resist trying to get a sample. Not so easy. When someone describes something, their character describes their character doing something, not so easy, interrupt by triggering this move. Anyone can say it. You can even call it on yourself. The person trying to do the thing restates what they wanted to happen, then draws a not so easy card to find out if it does. I will tell you this, usually no. That player then weaves the outcome and its complication, usually a mutation, into the story, and play continues.
Oh, a flesh wall. That's good.
We have found a room. Well, we basically came up with it, but it was a room that was breathing like an iron lung. We both were like, should we go in there? No, I don't think we should.
I mean, it's not like it's a basement full of teeth.
God damn it, Nate, that was one time.
It was delightful. and creepy.
You would have loved then what happened last night. Come on down and drink a little of my shine.
All right, so we've got a couple different boundary options.
Yep, you would get to decide. You can ask for feedback from everyone else, but you simply do not have to.
I feel like we want a seductive presence drawing us into the zone. All right.
The boundary is beautiful. It inspires wonder. A seductive something or other.
All right, so we see the boundary for the first time, but don't cross it yet. Take stock, add delicious sensory details.
Delicious.
Yes.
And again, we can build off of each other. No one should feel like they have to carry the load or dominate the conversation. I think it looks like the entirety looks like, when you look at like spilled gas on a road and it gives you that weird shimmer or like a heat shimmer. I feel like it looks sort of like that when you're looking at it from the outside, but it's got those kind of rainbowy colors of when like gas is on top of water. I think that was what I was trying to say before. You get like that weird reflected rainbow effect. That's kind of what Igor is looking at. It's like he's seeing like this, but the thing is the colors he's seeing are not colors that exist.
I think it feels like a warm fall day where you don't quite need the sweatshirt yet, but it's definitely not super hot.
Is it muggy or is it?
Oh no.
Is it damp?
I feel like it's dry. It's a dry heat, but not super hot.
Give me that dry.
I feel like it smells sweet, but kind of like an artificial. So it's like kind of like smells like nice flowers, but more kind of like an artificially smelling, if that makes sense. That's what it's.
I like that. I like that idea. Like Super Spike. Like it does. So it's like smells like aspartame tastes.
Yes.
That's horrible. That really.
What happens if I click this take stock button?
That's what we're doing right now. Is taking stock.
So if I click it, nothing happens.
Yep.
No, it
doesn't. It just tells you what take stock move is.
Every player adds sensory detail of the scene. Okay, we more or less just did that. You can skip yourself if you don't mind. Okay.
So now I'm gonna go ahead and
done. You go to shit. You were supposed to set up a scene. That's fine. All right. Doesn't matter. We can go as fast as So we're gonna do another boundary scene. The exhibition starts to cross the boundary, but something's not right, and we'll use the something not right card. So first thing we need, or I guess we'll just do the move. Something's right. So we're going to. Is this the same move card? I can't remember.
Sounds different. Yeah.
So I'll trigger it. I'll say something's not right. Now someone else explains like how it's worse than I said. So I need to explain what I think is so what I'm seeing that's wrong. So as we're on the outside, we're getting ready to cross the boundary. Igor is looking at it and he kind of mumbles to himself. The light is not refracting correctly. This is almost how you say prism. Sorry, Jack. Something is not right. The light is shining off the barrier in an incorrect fashion. It seems to be some sort of how you say prism, and that's when someone else will say it's worse than that.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think.
It's worse than that. Not all of the light is reflecting. It seems to be absorbing some of it.
Energy cannot be created or destroyed. Where is it going? That is not good. is storing energy somewhere. Do anyone bring Geiger counter?
That sounds like it's in your purview.
He's still looking at the whole time, starts digging through his pack. He pulls out a Geiger counter, and it makes no sound. Not even residual radiation. There is nothing. That is not possible. And that would be the scene, unless Doug has something to add.
I just wanted to add that I invested a lot of money in this expedition, like more than what the government is. So whatever fancy gadgets you guys want, you got them.
Yeah.
Soldier, you got
so
all
it's like
kinds of
that Geiger counter you're holding. I paid for that.
Yeah, I paid for that Geiger counter.
Did you pay for the batteries too?
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome, gentlemen.
All right, that would be the turn. So then we would come to the third, which is Doug's, which is. Okay. Oh no, we're not going to break the turn. Or sorry, Doug, it's your turn.
Okay, so I will click start turn. So now we do the third part. There is one final obstacle before making it to the zone. Use not so easy in the scene. Why is it not so easy to make it through the inner side of the boundary and enter the zone? You can use take stock and something's not right to help set this up if needed. Okay.
I think we should take stock again, and just so we go through everything, take stock. Something's not right.
Some of this is so. Let's see. I mean, I don't really have any other sensory details to add. Does anyone else have any other sensory details to add?
Beyond the fact there's literally no radiation, like the radiation, even the background radiation is non-existent at the edge of the boundary. Igor, you said it's dry, right?
Yep.
Igor takes his big, thick, fuzzy socks off and starts to rub them and get together to get like a static charge. And when he goes to shock you, Riddick, you can literally see that little spark sometimes you can see in the dark, jumps directly into the boundary. It doesn't even get to you, even though he's like touching you. You can see it like leap over. That is how you say not right.
Because I want to envision like, what is this? We're like right at the boundary, we're ready to go through, right? So obviously we've said it kind of looks like that hazy, like either the heat in the distance or like the shimmer on the top of a gasoline kind of thing. That's what the boundary looks like.
We also realized that it's like a dead space. There's no energy. I mean, even light that goes in, not all of it comes back out.
Well, there's one final obstacle for making into the zone. I guess I'm not even sure if this is us. Is this like I want to incorporate a not so easy in this. I'm just trying to think of is that us actually just trying to push into the boundary?
Yeah,
in through the boundary.
One of us might, or I might try to use a Geiger counter right up against it, and you might go, okay, that's not so easy. It can be anything.
Well, I mean,
you might decide to walk through and give it to yourself.
Riddick, this seems kind of dangerous. I feel like you should go first.
Yeah, I guess that's why I'm here. So I'll try to move through the boundary, and then I can click. It's not so easy, right?
Yeah, Igor puts his hand on you, Riddick, and says, "Is Zool commander in this expedition? Aren't you leader?"
I mean,
I am the one.
I mean, mostly, yeah, I'm the leader. I mean, I paid for most of your equipment, so yeah.
Well, not entirely. Government pay for equipment.
Well,
It
yeah,
may help
but
find its agency, but does not make you qualified to make decision.
I'm the one to
I
take
mean,
the risk, though.
I'm a very good leader. I mean, so I will listen to my to the plebeians. You know, I will listen to you. I'll take your advice. I'm not all blind ego here. I know when I'm wrong. I can admit that when I'm wrong.
Now I just want to throw him through the barrier.
There'll be plenty of time for that.
Should not maybe try chuck rock into barrier first?
Sure. Let's throw a rock through.
That's fair.
Let's throw an inanimate object and then piece of living material. So throws a rock through. What happens?
Well, that's not so easy, right?
You can say that you can use that now, or you can use it when he takes a tree limb and pushes it through.
Yeah, the rock shouldn't be complicated.
I think the rock just goes straight through. Nothing happens. It just
Okay.
Like nothing happened.
So Igor grabs a long branch and pulls it down so it's still attached, and he pushes it through the boundary.
Nothing happens. It just goes straight through. I think it just goes straight through. And it does go straight through. So I'm like, hey, looks fine to me. I want to walk straight through it without even thinking about it.
Not so easy, Doug.
All right. So let's see. Is this what I'm doing here? Someone
You described it, and then I said not so easy.
Yep.
So you restate what you were doing, and what you wanted to happen, and then you draw the card.
I saw that those things the rock and the branch were just fine. So I'm like, what are you guys so scared of? I'm going straight through. No big deal. Then leaves the outcome. So now the player doing the not so easy card. Click here to draw a card. All right, here we go. Yes, and the zone mutates you in a small but noticeable way. Explain how this comes to pass and how your character mutates, then click here to dismiss. Is this that cheat sheet where you can kind of make things
yeah, this is where your mutations
do a bit of a random stuff here. Combine a body part or emotion with one or two animal, plant, or material elements to inspire a mutation. Okay, let's see.
And we can't see these.
No. I don't know if we can.
I think you can click on the cheat sheet too. It's just that, yeah.
Oh,
so this is also just suggestions. You don't have to go off of this.
Let's see. What do I want? I want something simple to start with. Two elements to inspire mutation. I just want to go through and then I start touching my eyes, or like under my eyes, and it's almost like I'm crying. It's just very lightly liquid coming down there, and I'm touching it, and it's a very it's almost just like normal water, but it's when I actually pull it out, it's got a very faint light green color to it. It's not just straight, and I don't know why it's coming out. And it's not very much. It's just a little bit, but it's noticeable. I'm like, what the hell is this?
I know it's harder for you. These are what to call human beings called tears.
Oh, I've cried when my third wife left me.
Probably when stock market crash.
Yeah, there was that day I'd lost $2 billion in a day. That day kind of sucked. I had to put my third yacht on hold.
Igor asked if you can take a sample of this liquid.
Yeah, please do. Are you guys going to come through then with me?
Once you're through, I will take a deep breath, do the cross on my chest, and walk through.
And I'll just barrel on through
feel
after you.
I feel like you both need a not so easy card.
If
So
you wanna
Ben,
do
you went
that.
through first. Not so
Yeah.
easy.
Okay.
ahead, Ben.
I kind of, like I said, give the sign of the cross and walk my way through. Let's turn this bad boy over. Yes, but success immediately triggers a much more serious challenge. If it's a creature, it's not their final form. All right. I'll say we come through and the noise has caused one of the local wildlife to take interest. And at first it looks like a deer. And it kind of walks closer and closer. It shows like no fear. And it bends down like it's going to eat grass. And its jaw unhinges and opens all the way up through its chest. And it makes this horrible sound.
And then I'll rush through after you and
I want to
start
add something
firing
to
at
the
it.
wildlife.
Please do.
And that the deer, its legs are just a little bit longer than what a deer would normally look like. It's just,
And
it's a little uncanny. It's just,
and its place
a little
of
bit
its
longer.
front hooves are childlike hands. And when it opens
Childlike
its mouth, it goes hee 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 hee.
Oh, now I'm really
no
showing it.
he's not on this one.
It does not have childlike hands. I'm not doing that again either. That was so creepy. I did not like that. All right, yeah. I would say too, when it makes this, it's like the noise is like an absence of sound. Like it opens this thing up, and you expect to hear like this noise, but nothing comes out. Mitch. Or should I say one Charles Tingle?
All right. And then Nate came through, right? Or
yeah. And
yes,
were you going to
Riddick.
also hit him with a not so easy, or were you going to allow him to do what he was going to do first and then hit him with not so easy?
I'll allow him to do whatever he was going to do first.
Okay.
All right. So I rush through and start firing at the not childlike hand deer, but relatively creepy nonetheless.
Fair.
All right. That's definitely.
Doug, you want to hit him with not so easy?
Yeah. Not so easy.
All right. So I will attempt to fire at the creepy deer. Oh. The zone mutates me in a shocking way, and it's the only reason I succeed. All right.
It's the only reason you succeed.
Ooh. And it's going to mutate you in a shocking way.
It does. One of my hands turn into don't turn into a tiny hand. It's not a baby hand. It helps me.
No.
We
didn't say baby hands. We said tiny child hands.
Oh, okay.
That are slowly rubbing your shoulders from behind and saying, "You have nice hair."
Oh, that helps me. I need a neck massage. Yeah, my hand, my left hand grows claws, and instead of firing the gun because it jammed on me, I will just slice through this deer.
Fingernail claws, Wolverine claws. What are we talking here?
Fingernail claws, like large, strong fingernail claws,
like Wolfman claws.
Yes,
perfect. A Wolfman. You're like a Wolfman, baby.
Sweet.
All right.
All right, we've all made it through. Let's see. So you can try to move afterwards. Describe how the expedition enters the zone and ends the scene. All right, so we've all entered the scene. We've all entered the zone. I have these weird green tears. Dr. Igor, you're welcome to collect a sample of my tears. My light green tears.
I will, and I'll also collect a sample of this thing that looked like it looked like a deer.
So the deer is dead. The deer thing is dead. Does anyone want to inspect it or look at it or? Want to do anything with
I'm
it?
definitely I'm a scientist. Dr. Ego Moreau will definitely check this thing out.
Yeah.
Also, I would like to check out your new claws.
All right, that's fine. I'll keep an eye out on whatever else is around here.
Fair enough.
Do you notice anything strange about the deer or anything else you want to add from looking at it?
He basically realizes that like the rib cage and the ribs had turned into like an interlocking set of teeth. And the stomach had become a large open orifice for eating. That the head was basically almost like just there as an organ for sight because the brainstem was dead. It was like it shriveled to almost nothing.
So is that like a weird starfish?
A little bit. When he takes a sample of your claw, he says, he basically is like, can you smell that? Look, smell. Why am I Irish? Big whiff. Smell. Is keratin.
Oh.
Is like your claw, like very, very strong, thick fingernail buildup of tissue. But the smell, very strong.
At least it was beneficial. Ugh.
Can break. Pain. When take sample, do you have pain?
Not yet.
Keratin like your hair. Layer upon layer upon layer. Unusual.
Well, I guess we'll find out how strong they are.
If we wait, I do a chemical test on the tears.
All right, but don't take too long.
He pulls out like a small field kit and starts to fiddle with it. And you guys hear some more noise, and he says, probably should be leaving now.
Yep, we're going to end the scene.
It is a weekend of hair.
All right, Nate.
All right. We are at the boundary. Now we're moving to the first location beyond the boundary. Next few scenes will be about exploring the zone. I really want to say AutoZone every time. All right, we're about to begin exploring the zone, developing our characters, and most importantly, being very irresponsible, which is delightful.
Yes.
Remember, you'll need not so easy cards for the rest of the game. Have your characters do plenty of things that make it necessary to say not so easy. Mutations await. All right, so we've arrived at the mansion. It is either a beautiful sweeping castle with...
Oh, these are different. These are different too.
Oh, is it a different initial zone?
No, the initial zone was pretty similar. The boundary was similar, not the exact same, but similar. The campfire is like the same because it's like the halfway point. But the mansion, the caverns, the office, and the lab are all different. Like we had like a library, a condo. We had like way different stuff than that.
All right, so we could have a beautiful sweeping castle with perfectly manicured grounds surrounded by a labyrinth that seems to have been last maintained yesterday. Dark Gothic nightmare-stained glass tells a hopefully long-gone occupant who did terrible things. Why are those candles still lit? And a jagged icon of modern architecture smashed into the landscape, utterly out of sorts with the local architecture. An iconoclast lived here. I feel like we need the...
So Jebediah Zool lived here.
Yeah, we're going to have to go with the Dark Gothic nightmare-stained glass. Why are those candles still lit? Oh, something dead delivers a message. How is the message delivered? And what is the impact of this message or the messenger?
Shit. Did we want to take stock first, or we just want to go straight into this?
I think we can go straight into it.
Okay. All right. So what do we think? What is this thing? Is it an animal? Is it something else? Is it alive? Is it dead?
Oh, it's dead.
Okay.
I mean,
Oh yeah, it says it's something dead. Sorry.
that's right. Is it that deer we just killed?
What if it was like a fawn, a tiny young deer that
Sure.
and it's carrying something in that maw chest, and then it just drops it on the ground in front of us.
What would the message be then?
Is it an invitation into the mansion?
Yeah.
Are there going to be more scenes in the mansion?
We can. I mean,
Okay. So yeah, I think undead little fawn comes and drops a note out of its weird chest mouth that says, "Please join me inside the mansion."
what do you guys think?
Why does this deer have a message with writing inside of it? That's
Yeah.
what I think.
Why did it sound mechanical as it left was the question.
Oh God. I think it is best to move on. Nothing good comes from a large dark castle with candles, no electricity.
You could click get a different prompt if you want to try something else.
I like the prompt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see.
Nothing is right about this.
All right. If we do end scene, does it take us to the caverns or do we get more?
I'm not sure on that front.
Okay.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like this is a good like stop. Though.
I think it'll keep going. I think there's been multiple scenes, just like there were multiple scenes at the boundary. So and also it says do dumb stuff. So I'm like, oh yeah, this place, it looks like my kind of place. Someone with money clearly built it. So I'm not sure who, but
I don't know. They can't keep
we
the
should go
lights
check
on.
it out. Yeah, they got the candles on. We got an invitation. I mean, it came in a really strange way, but I mean,
all right, let's click end scene and
can it hurt?
see where else it takes us.
Are you gonna go to the door then, Doug?
I think there's more things that'll happen. Is my guess.
Okay, I just didn't know if you were.
Let's just do it. Let's click end scene. Let's just see what happens.
Oh.
Yeah, so now we're at the mansion. So the first one was like the invitation to the mansion.
Yeah,
I think
okay.
now we're there.
Okay. Perfect.
Oh,
We'll do another mansion scene.
Yeah,
okay. Yeah, just do another one, and we'll just keep going through these prompts over there.
The environment itself seems to take sides against our expedition. How does the environment well, we're in a different prompt. I'm just kind of I don't like it.
That's fine.
No, not yet. Oh. We're met at the door by an unexpectedly beautiful woman. And she silently beckons us inside. The air smells of extremely potent roses, and the plant life around this darkly colored monstrosity has overgrown to a degree we didn't recognize when we were further away. And as we stand there on the doorstep, being beckoned in, and the light of the sun begins to dim, we can see the nearby underbrush filled with eyes looking at us hungrily. I would say she looks us all up and down, and because Jebediah probably has the best stuff, probably swaggers around.
Yeah.
She come hithers you to move beyond the threshold into the castle.
Yeah, I'll walk inside.
Not so easy, Zebediah. So you're okay.
You feel it asking you what you've long wanted. It gives it to you.
Oh shit, Doug.
Oh,
How does it mutate you in order to give you what you want?
to give me what I want. I want attention.
You just got attention, baby.
Let me known. Rainbow. I like bioluminescent. My eyes were already starting to do that light green color, and now my whole body starts to glow slightly, a slight green color, like I'm in a cartoon and I've been irradiated. But that's not what it means in this. That's just it's more.
I don't
Maybe
know.
it does.
I've done some tests. I don't think you want to know the results.
My skin becomes somewhat bioluminescent, and like it's not like I guess I'm not like constantly glowing, but like if you were to rub your finger down my skin, it kind of like leaves a greenish trail behind it as you touch my skin. So as I go to the door, the woman touches me, and my like arm like lights up and glows a bit as she touches my arm. It does say no though, so I guess I don't go inside, but my body starts to become bioluminescent to touch.
Okay. Does she shut the door on you, like slowly but surely? Like this is
Yeah,
giving
she
you.
puts her she puts her finger up to her mouth and gives me the shush symbol, and then just closes the door in my face.
Okay. What about
I'm gonna click here to dismiss.
what about Riddick? Riddick, what are you doing?
I don't know. Do you think she needs help?
I know CPR. That was a game that I don't think anyone watched. It was me and Duke. Do you need assistance? I do know CPR. I'm kind of like creeping on you to get a sample again, Jebediah. I feel like for science, you should give me another sample, this time tissue. This is an unusual situation. Are you going to give me a sample?
Wait, who are you asking?
I'm asking you. You just became bioluminescent. Why would I not?
Yeah, you can. I don't know, scrape a little bit of my skin off, I guess, just to take a little sample.
Okay. Igor will take a sample of that skin. He stops you when it's just you and him, and he says, "You are radioactive.
I'm radioactive.
Not severe, but your rad count on the fluid from your tear ducts, you are giving off low levels of radiation."
Oh, so that Geiger counter does work now.
Yes. Seems that when we cross threshold, barrier of absorption has reconstituted. We'll be honest. I also know this because I have cancer from radiation, from accident with particle accelerator.
Oh.
Not expect to leave, John. Fascinating to see this Strange phenomenon.
Okay. Well, I mean, if we're not going inside the mansion, I think we should probably just wrap it up and go to the next location.
Move
All
on to the caverns.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to start my turn. So we're at the mansion. There have been 2 scenes here. I think that's enough. We're just going to go to the caverns.
I do like the fact I'd forgotten we get the option to stay or go.
Yeah.
All right. So now we've arrived at the caverns, and now I'm going to decide what form it takes.
A cold, dark, wet inlet. So like a regular Minecraft cave, a lush cave, or a mine.
I definitely like option 1. It's going to be a full of all kinds of weird, maybe because I'm all bioluminescent, but lots of fun. Shimmering light coats the walls, bathing a beautiful cave system in life that only gets weirder as you get deeper. So it's beautiful, but it's also weird. Pick a different variant for this location. Oh, that's the variant I picked. Okay. Someone tries to keep a secret. What secret must absolutely not be revealed? What's happening right now to force this secret out into the open? What secret must absolutely not be revealed? Nothing comes straight to mind, so I'm just going to switch to another one.
Ooh. This one seems to be very fitting.
Okay, I like this one better. Do either one of you have a strong, desire to go run off on your own?
No.
No, I'm trying to keep everybody safe.
Okay,
but I think you probably do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I am, now that I'm all bioluminescent and I see all these other things that are also
When did Nate
shiny.
and Doug exchange positions as the person who
oh no, it's touch everything.
That's to touch everything, and the person's like, I don't think we should do that.
Right.
Okay. So we enter this, there's a big open cave. There's lots of vines and things coming down. It's there's a lot of bioluminescence coming from the cave. We don't need our headlamps or anything to go in here. There's enough light given off. Lots of blues and greens and purples. Things look like kind of, there's some things, especially the beginning, that look kind of normal, like purple glowing mushrooms, that kind of stuff. But it does start to get a little weird as we go on a little. We're just kind of starting to go down a little deeper. And yeah, I see something really cool, and I just kind of dart off and just start walking right. I'm like, hey, what's that? And I just start walking away. What can only one of you do alone? Why would the rest of them not let you? So let me see. I'm just gonna take a look at these again.
He has what you would call space madness.
Yeah, let's do this. Let's do the take stock thing. So I've already given several touch sight sounds. I guess basically being sights about what's going on. Anyone else want to add anything about what they're seeing in this cave?
So the walls there's a lot of the further we get in, I'm like realizing that this is not a natural cave. This feels like it's been dug out. The walls are packed dirt, and you can see this weird bioluminescent colors of like greens, blues, and purples moving through the dirt. Upon closer inspection, they're literally like small herds of bioluminescent worms moving through this dirt. But it leaves almost like this trippy, like lines of fluorescence, or not fluorescence, of all of a sudden I can't think of the word. Like these almost trippy light beams going very slowly, like we're moving in very slow hyperspace, brightly colored. But it's disorienting, not allowing us to be able to tell just how far something is away or how close it is. Nathan?
Yeah, I don't have anything to add there.
Okay. Okay, so just a reminder. Let's see. So I'm the one that's going to go off alone.
Not so.
Why would the
it's,
rest of them
No,
not
it's-
let me?
I'm
It's
gonna.
not.
Yeah, I was gonna give you a not so easy, but someone's giving this something ain't right first. That's amazing. Who did this? Who triggered this?
What do you mean?
The something's not
I
right.
did.
Yeah, you did. Okay,
Yeah.
so you're triggering it on
I'm-
yourself.
I mean, I'm just clicking through the things to see it as the director. I'm just kind of going through the different sections to see. So something's not right. The person who triggered the move says something's not right, and what they think might be wrong.
I will say
okay.
something's not right. I will be the one
Yeah,
to say
okay.
that because something
Yeah,
is not
to say
right. Spatial distance
What do you-
not correct. Something is not right.
Okay. Trying to think how it's worse than that.
It's delightful. What are you talking about? This is amazing.
I know, it's like
Bye.
this is so cool. Wasn't this a great experience? This is amazing.
Like the time I took ayahuasca in Colombia.
Nobody's ever seen this, or the people that have never come back to talk about it. And we're going to be the first ones to make it out of here and be able to tell people about this. Isn't that awesome?
Yes, all three of us.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I will look at Riddick and perhaps keep a close eye on Rich Boy. He is having what we deem mental breakdown. Acting irrational. It's about the time when you just start running to the fucking, you just bye.
So I see this. I see off on the side of the cave. I see this this interesting looking plant. I don't know. It's maybe like it's kind of like a vine coming down, but it's like in a really spiral shape, which is not. It's kind of like you would see a vine in the like wrapped around a tree or like a fence or something like that, where it's kind of wrapped, except there's like nothing in the middle. It's just a big like spiral coming down, and of course it's glowing. I don't know, purple. I like purple. And I'm like, ooh, that looks cool. And I want to go over and inspect it. So I get right up close to it. I'm looking at it. And then I just kind of poke it.
Yeah, that's not so easy. As you start to move, I'll grab you like by the back of your shirt.
Oh, you've seen Prometheus.
When someone describes, okay, so then I just do it. No, and the zone mutates you, causing an extreme loss of humanity.
Oh my.
All right, how am I going to lose my humanity? I touch it. I guess I was pointing with my dominant hand. It says no, but I guess I'm going to say I do touch it. I just nothing else. I can't actually do anything with it after I touch it.
Well, it's a no
and.
It's a no and. So you did
Yeah.
do what you wanted to do. So you touched it, and whatever result you wanted, but you also mutate to the point where you're starting to lose your extreme. There's an extreme loss of humanity.
So when this is extreme loss of humanity, I just think like, yeah, it does something to me that's not makes me less human. I think for now it's just going to take up a physical form.
Okay.
I'm definitely thinking plant here. The loss of humanity is going to be the loss of the use of my hand is what it's going to mean.
Does it maybe like that? You know what? I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to interrupt.
That's all right.
Sorry.
I'm just like, I'm thinking like I'm looking at the plant list. And I'm looking at like rot and I'm looking at bark. So basically I touch it and all of a sudden my hand just like, it almost turns into like my hand starts turning into a, like a dead tree and it starts like rotting. And it kind of solidifies and it rots. And I'm like, what the hell? And I touch my pinky and it just kind of breaks off, just kind of like a rotted log would, it's just really brittle. And I just touch my pinky and it just falls off. And I'm like, ah. And so I still have my hand. It's just like a rotted piece of wood. And now I'm just afraid to even touch it. And I'm
Here,
like,
I thought you were gonna. I thought you were gonna turn into Oma, our favorite Bigfoot partner. You were gonna have bark armor. Oma. I will make sure I have gloves on, and I will use a tool, and I will take your pinky and put it in a small vial.
Okay. You pick the remains of my pinky up off the ground. And I'm just going to kind of not use
Is
my hand
not the
for a
good.
while. I'm like, surely this will like wear off and I'll get my hand back, right? Right?
Oh yeah, of course.
Ugh.
So just it only happened in my hand and went about like,
We
down
should
to
be
my
leaving.
wrist about, but not really any farther than my wrist. I can still hold my arm about here and I'm still good.
We
You
should-
said that
Whatever
was your
above that,
dominant
like-
hand too, right?
Yes,
No.
this is my dominant hand. Yep.
No cranking it later.
So because I touch with my dominant finger.
Mhm.
We should be
All right.
be leaving. Are you like
So
scared
basically I
over
freak
this,
out.
or are you just like more fascinated over it?
I was fascinated. Now I'm scared because I'm afraid I've just lost the use of my hand. So now
I know
I'm
if it
kind of
was like
freaking out a bit.
you were like, oh man, this is how it's supposed to be. I guess. This
No,
is
this is
beautiful.
not how
Maybe
it's
I'm
supposed
like
to be.
maybe I'm molting into something beautiful.
I was really excited about this place. I was even okay with my little bioluminescence. Kind of cool. It's a cool parlor trick, Next time I'm down with a pretty lady, and she touches my chest and just a blue light just like sparkles all over me. That'd be awesome. But now I'm like, oh shit, this is real.
Should just got real.
So yeah, I'm gonna end my scene there.
Okay.
And then whoever's next can decide if we want to stick around in the cave or if we want to move on.
It's Nate.
It is Nate.
A lot
Start
of people
turn.
are full of hate, but it's Nate.
Let's move on to the campfire.
James and I
Do we have
had
a
some
time frame
intense-
for this game?
Do we get a what?
Do we have a time frame for this game? When everyone
We're
needs to be
halfway
done or
through
move
it.
on to the next thing?
We're
Okay.
halfway through right now. The campfire's the halfway point.
Oh, I know. I mean, do you need to go to another event at a certain amount of time?
No,
like at
I'm
midnight,
going
are you
to
doing something
bed
else? Or
I'm going to bed
Okay.
after this.
Yeah, same.
I'm going
Alright.
to be up at 8
Campfire.
so, from Minecraft. I did download the mod pack.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
All right, Nate. Tell us about the
All
campfire.
right. So beyond this point is the most dangerous part of the zone. Soon characters will die, but for a few more hours we're safe. Go around and each share your theories about the nature of the zone. Optional, this is now a good time for any unresolved character relationships. This may be your last chance.
So there's no structure to this one.
Yeah, it's just us talking around the campfire. It looks like, yeah.
Mhm.
Dr. Moreau will pull out a bottle of vodka that he had stored in his pack and will offer refreshing beverage to each of you.
Oh, Riddick will take a big pull from that. Grabbing
take a
it with
little
his not clawed hand.
Yeah, I grab it with my not petrified hand.
He will take a huge chug at the end of it and kind of cough a little bit. This is unprecedented state of affairs. I dare say fascinating, but also terrifying. Do either of you have idea on what it is we are experiencing?
It doesn't seem that bad so far.
Excuse me.
I will like subtly glance at Zool's missing hand, like or his missing pinky. Like, okay.
All right, if you
And then
don't
look
touch
at your
things,
carotene claw. Okay.
If you don't touch glowing things, then maybe it's not so bad. My opinion is this has to be some sort of alien spore that like landed here from some asteroid or something. Something landed here and is just growing out of control.
or
I
it's
don't know what
something
else it
that
could be,
was
but
maybe it's something that's been here forever and it's finally making its way to the surface.
Igor says, it might be worse. I think this is fractal radiation. different waves of radiation folding back on cells and creating random mutations.
Do you think it's man-made?
I do not know. The readings now on Geiger counter are all over the place. Where you were giving off radiation before, your pinky no radiation. But he pulls up his shirt and you can see like this this like metastasized lump, and it's just like moving. Cannot feel.
Is that all?
Cannot feel due to drug alcohol combination, but does not usually move. It is a cancerous tumor.
So that only started moving once you came into the zone?
Once past barrier, I could feel slight tinge. Much more aggressive since reached this depth of zone.
All right. I don't know if we have any relationships between us. I think we've all more or less kind of given our backstory, kind of.
I think the only thing is like my scientist has been kind of dicky to your weird entrepreneur.
Yeah. And my character has been more or less not caring at all about either of you in like a human way. More of as an ends to to my means.
But
I'll treat you nicely and with respect, but I'm definitely more of a
Igor
I want to
basically
see what's
tells
in the middle.
Yeah, Igor tells you both that like it is sad that we will mourn one another in this alien place. We should try to keep one another alive as long as possible. But if something happens to me, well, leave me behind. Move forward. Take my things and leave body. There is no back, only forward. Fair?
Yeah, that's fine by me.
I can live with that.
Takes another big pull off the vodka and passes it back around.
And I will say, do whatever you can to keep me going.
I'm not a Russian. I'm not a Russian fatalist. Keep me alive.
At the very least, I want to see what's in the middle. I mean, I still think I can get through this. I still think I can come out of here. But
is your rich guy like also kind of like a thrill-seeking daredevil guy?
Kind of, yeah. It's more of a it's also more of just like, you know, I've had a taste of the limelight. Even though I still have a lot of money, the money doesn't do anything for me anymore. Nobody talks about me. I want to do I want to do a big thing, and if it gets me killed, at least people will talk about it. And if I get out and I can tell about this experience, even better.
Think it'll
be the first one.
If anything, I'm going to go out with a bang. So, but yeah, I still think I can make it out.
5 years ago, you were hoping to go out banging, and now you just want to go out with a bang.
Exactly. So yeah.
Hey, we're like Wu-Tang. We're for the children. All right, Nate, you would tell us if the scene's over.
All right, well, let's go.
Okay. We're going to move to the office. I'm gonna say it's the endless cubicles. That's kind of my worst nightmare. So
yeah.
Okay, I wonder it's the endless cubicles stretched to endless cubicles stretched to endlessly. Paper everywhere. Family portraits and motivational posters look sickly under the fluorescent flicker.
Oh, hang in there.
You've got a cat. It's like hanging off a carpet wall. Let's take stock.
Oh, I want to see what do we want to see what the
the
thing is first?
Yeah.
The prompt. Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a powerful anomaly here. I'm fine.
Powerful anomaly, and how does it trick our? How does it?
I want to take stock first. That's kind of our.
Okay. Yeah.
I think it smells like wet carpet. and it's kind of, even though the carpet doesn't feel wet to the touch, it's real squishy and makes like a squish noise.
Yeah, but it also smells like burnt coffee.
Oh God, oh, that's a terrible combination, Nate. Thank you for that, for forever invading my mind.
You're welcome.
Yeah, there's it's clear there's been like burst water pipes at some point. Like the ceiling tiles are like, there's a lot of ceiling tiles missing, and it's just there's vines inside growing down.
Are they bioluminescent?
Yeah, they might as well be. The other ones, or things were, or at least maybe it's not as fanciful as the cave, but it's there's still interesting plants growing in here.
Okay.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go ahead and put. I can't play that. No one said anything. I will say that we notice, or Igor notices, and then tells the rest of you that like he takes a sample off the he keeps looking for dampness on the floor, and he actually finds some, and he takes a look at it, and he shows it to you, and it's slightly acidic, and it mimics saliva, and it's in the carpet.
Is the carpet alive?
Something's not right.
So Nate says something's not right. The carpet might be alive.
And I would say it's worse than it is. Far worse than that.
How?
He looks around. He licks his fingers and holds it up. I think building is breathing.
Weird.
And it's worse than that. I think we're in its mouth.
Yeah.
I love it. Doug's like, I see her. It's worse than that. And I raise you. It's worse than that.
Does that smell? Is that rotting stuff, or is that just bad breath?
Smell like industrial halitosis.
Yeah. Why not both?
We should maybe perhaps leave this place.
Very quickly.
I would say
We turn around, and it looks like a plant, but it's actually more fleshy, and it's basically looks like a tongue just came out of the break room.
Yes, Douglas.
And it's not slowly, but not quickly making its way right towards us.
So this thing has a power trigger. How does this power trigger your obsession?
Well, my obsession is being a hero, so I will push you toward the exit of
my
the
obsession
giant
is
mouth.
living, so I'm getting out. I want to get out of here. Is
There
what
we
I
go.
want to do.
Can I make
Yeah.
another suggestion on
Please
top
do.
of that?
Mm-hmm.
I would think that Jebediah would shut the door between us. So while Riddick is playing the hero and Jebediah is living, by cutting me off between you two, you have activated my actual fear. Which
Okay,
is
so
is my phobia, which is being left alone.
okay, so I run off into a side room, and no, sorry. You want me to
If you want.
well, I'm happy to be like run away and slam a door.
So I'm kind of thinking like we
Sure.
push through an emergency door, like into
Mhm.
like a stairwell, and then
Okay.
you immediately go right to the next door and you shut it. And if you lock it or it locks on its own, whatever it does. But now I'm stuck in the stairwell by myself. I can't go backwards, and I can't see where Jebediah is, and I can't go forward and find you. I can either go up or down, and I am alone.
Okay, so we all three. Well, you and I run into the stairwell. Riddick kind of stays right before the stairwell. I will let you decide, Nate, what you want to do with that. I'll just say that Dr. Igor and I run to a stairwell. I go down a level. We both go down a level. I'm a little faster. I get through the door. I go through another door into the first floor. The door closes behind me. and when Igor tries to use it, it's jammed.
Okay, and then he won't be alone
not
if I'm
open.
right behind him, though.
Yeah.
And you could also, though, we maybe don't know if you maybe don't know we went down rather than up if you were dealing with this tongue.
Oh, sure. So if that's the case, I'll get into the stairwell and just start yelling. Where'd you go?
Oh, then I will come right back up.
Yeah.
We went down and Zul went through door closed. Could not open. You were behind. Sorry, heart beating very, very fast. He went through here. Follow, walking down to the door. That's jammed.
All right. I will try to mule kick the door. See if I can get it open. If that doesn't work, I've got charges that'll deal with
Not
that.
so easy.
Nice.
Not so easy.
Doug just laying traps left and right.
He is. All right. I will draw this not so easy card. No, and all right. Well, the mule kick does not open the door. And also
Mutates you and your obstacle. Mutates the door.
does it?
Yeah.
This mutates both you and your obstacle.
No. All right.
There's nothing worse than a mutant door,
That's true.
or so I've been told.
All right. Well, the door, I don't know if it mutates so much as reveals its actual form of being some sort of weird skin flap.
Oh God, Nate! I never want to hear you use that word, those two words together again. For fuck.
I'm going to have to describe this, so you're going to hear it again.
Oh, I do not like this. No.
I don't know that I want to click that link you put in the chat.
Oh, you will. You'll want to watch that. That's nothing to do with what we're doing right now.
All right, I'll watch that later. Yeah, so the door is what I said it was, and then it mutates me. I think it continues the claws and keratinization of me and kind of goes up my arm, so it's kind of fully armored, I guess, with keratin at this point, and claws.
Like a chitinous shell.
Yep. Which actually may help me cut through this skin flap.
You know what? Not so easy.
Oh, of course it's not. You're just trying to turn me into a big bug.
I was going to let you claw through it.
Yes, and oh boy, so I claw right through that thing. And it does grant me a powerful gift that no one else would understand.
No one understands you, Bugman.
Oh, that is the truth.
Oh, God damn it, Spike. Oh, God, what happens?
I mean, you'd probably understand it, but I feel like my entire body is just encompassed with this keratin shell.
It's like we're living in Naked Lunch now. It's a William S. Burroughs book, and there's a David Lynch movie of it. There's
I can think of two things wrong with that title.
It's got Peter Weller in it, and some of the characters are talking insects, like full size, big insects.
Gotcha. I'm just thinking of the Simpsons episode where I think Bart comes out after seeing the movie and says, "I can think of two things wrong with that title."
Oh shit, that's fair.
I mean, my character would not understand this gift because I'm like, you'd never feel the touch of a woman. It'd just be this weird keratin stuff. That doesn't sound good.
I don't know which of those statements I'm more grossed out by.
Is this dork made of orange rock?
Yeah.
That's where my thought goes with that. Yeah, so I claw through this barrier, the skin flap.
Oh, fuck you, Nate.
Which might be the last time I say it.
Somehow
and then we're through chasing down Jebediah Zool.
This is
Trying
one
to
of
get
the
out of
rare.
this
I will
place.
point this out. This is one of the rare times I'm actually happy that Joel is not in this chat, because I know he would immediately draw a half insect soldier man cutting through this horrific thing. Anyway,
You find me on the other side of the skin flap. I'm not on it. I'm back a good 20 yards. Just kind of resting after I ran. And it all happened kind of off camera, so you don't really know if the door just jammed or maybe I would have shoved something in it to keep from opening. You don't really know. It happened off camera.
also, I just want to make sure it's a skin flap and not a skin tag, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay, they're both bad. Okay. Wow, you bastards. I
So
am
we're done with the office.
I'm
Is
gonna pull
the
insect.
scientist interested in this getting some samples of the skin flap?
I'm more pissed that the door kept me out.
Okay.
Did you
You're still recovering from that, yeah.
Did you lock a door? Did you bar a door after you went through? Door was
No,
not easy to move.
I just
Was
ran through,
not
man.
this.
It must have just jammed or something. I don't know, man. I just went through. I just kept going. And then I heard Riddick. So I kind of stopped, and I've just been standing here and checking my, looking around, making sure there were no more creepy fleshy tongues coming at me. And then I heard you guys slamming against the door, and then I saw this turn into weird skin flap, and then freaking Keratin Man comes busting through.
Oh yeah.
But no, I didn't
I'll
do
take
anything, man.
I am very, very leery of you. Silently judging
me.
you from afar.
Wouldn't me?
That would be the scene.
I'm debating having another scene in the office.
Which one do, man?
I'm just trying to think. Or if we just let's just keep going. I'm good. We leave the office. We were only in there just to kind of see what was up. It was a dingy office and we didn't like it. And it looked like it seemed to be alive and wanted to eat us. So we got the hell out of there. But now we've come across the lab. Let's see. I like 1 or 3. I like 3 is kind of more my vibe. So the lab, we see vats of organic material and petri dishes are everywhere. Their contents growing out of their containers. The stuff is everywhere. All right, let's see what's going on here. A creature presents a character with an irresistible temptation. What is this creature like? Whose obsession does the creature try to tempt with, and how? Let's see. Was it obsession that it was saying? Yeah.
Do we want to take stock really quick?
Just a second. I feel like this needs to be something to do with Igor's obsession.
I would
I was
agree
kind
with
of
that.
thinking that.
So we see we go into the lab, or let's take stock first. Yeah.
First thing I would want to say is, how there's like
Yeah.
emergency lights?
Mm-hmm.
They're still active, but they're not like blinking red. They're just blinking like this soft purple, and it's very soothing. And like it almost makes you like sleepy night time.
I think that would work, except for all of the broken beakers all over the ground, just making crunching sounds as we walk.
What if they don't crunch?
Oh.
And also, what if the light hits them like they're disco ball pieces on the floor? It's like we're walking into a destroyed lab rave.
We notice as we walk all of the
Boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats.
there
Sorry.
is broken grass on the floor, but like it's almost turned to like a rubbery substance.
That's fucking cool.
What were they doing here?
Yeah. Let's say so. Just talk about how it looks.
I think when it says like
Yeah,
the substance is everywhere, I think it's like a growth
Yeah.
that has moved and changed things like the glass into rubber or to like a rubber-like substance. Like maybe like one of the walls looks like a regular wall, but you touch it and it's just like paper. But like everything is being altered at a molecular level.
Yes, I agree. Yeah, there's all kinds of growths and things. So I want to say something's not right because this place there's all these plants and everything, but we look over in the corner there is a bed, a hospital bed, and there is strapped to it is something that's somewhat in the shape of a person, but it has many growths coming out of it. The straps have like kind of grown into it, kind of like a fence grows into a tree kind of thing.
God, that's so good.
It's not so much bark, but just so it's kind of, we can't just from looking at it, you can't even tell if it's organic, or you can tell it's organic. You can't tell if it's fauna or flora. You can't tell if it's flesh or plant material that it's made out of, just from looking at it. Again, rough the shape of a person. One of the things that looks kind of like an arm is actually grown out and then up into the ceiling. It like went down into the floor, along the side of the floor, and then up through the ceiling. It just keeps going. Yeah,
It's worse than that. It almost looks like it's breathing. There's like the slow movement of what could be the chest.
It's worse than that. It is.
Doesn't look like it's breathing. It is breathing.
You can see when you get closer,
so that is
you see a small puff of fungal spore being slowly puffed out into the air, and this slow, like rhythmic breathing, but like far slower than a human could actually breathe.
So that is the creature. I would love, Igor, if it somehow had something, if something about it triggers something in your mind about the type of radiation poisoning you have or something like that.
I think Igor immediately recognizes some of the growths as being extremely similar to what he has. And
does he need to get a sample?
Free samples. Yes. As he does, and he starts to remove it, it's like
as he starts to remove what?
A sample.
From where?
From one of the growths on this form.
Okay. Well, that's not so easy. I don't.
You saw his cursor right over the button.
Almost at the end. Yeah.
I with playing with you two, I have forgotten like to use this altogether. So
that's all right.
I take a scalpel and I start to cut, and the incision I make just swallows the scalpel, and you can hear it like almost a chewing sound of organic crushing metal. And I pull out our big boy knives that we have on us, and I just chop this fucking thing off. And then, like, as I pick up this larger sample, I look, and the carbon steel knife blade is melting from the blood. So I just sit it down on the ground. But I basically turn to look at you, and I have this open, constant growth. And I say, this is same as this. Can borrow knife.
I'll pass it to him handle first.
I will pull out the dregs of the vodka, slam it down, tear a piece of shirt off, stick it in my mouth, and I'll start to cut off that throbbing tumor.
I was going to say, careful now.
And then I'll use first aid to cover this now wound in my side, and then I will literally compare the two things, and they are the exact fucking same.
That doesn't bode well for you.
It is not exactly what I would hope for, but it is perhaps this is way of things. It has made me rethink hypothesis. What if this is accelerated time, tachyon radiation? Explain your mutations. You are doing forced evolution, like a deer. Explain new mutation, acceleration of tumor. Perhaps due to this, we are simply evolving into final form, level 9000. That's right. We even have Dragon Ball Z in Russia.
Excellent.
And Russia, we call Dragon Ball E. I can't get this to close. I think someone else has to close this.
You can click on the must resolve this, right?
Yeah, okay. Sorry.
Okay. So that is, I think that's the first scene in the lab, or my scene. That's all we're gonna do for that scene. Is anything else to add? Otherwise, going. All right, Nate. Decide if you want to stay in the lab or move on.
Let's do one more here in the lab before someone has to maybe die.
Oh, one of us is dying. Probably two of us. Oh shit.
Yeah, that's gonna happen. So
considering we all three have something weird going on with our bodies,
I almost feel like it would be Igor's that threatens, but let me know if I'm wrong.
I have an idea.
Yeah.
The two tumors that have been severed, they just become one tumor, and it just keeps getting bigger. Like it's trying to form into a shape of a person, just slowly like consuming organic mass around it, like absorbing it like a single-celled organism.
So you notice this and kind of kick it under a table so we don't see it?
Yes. Like it actually, I tried putting it in a petri dish at first, like a larger, like a container, and it starts to crack it as it keeps like trying to get out. So I just slide it away. And then we all hear like glass break, and then Stone Cold comes out and drops stunners on all our asses.
Which is hilarious because in the Tales from the Loop, every time Colin said glass breaks, I was like, Steven?
Yeah. Steven. No, he slides it and you hear glass break, but he does not inform any of you that's what it is.
What was that noise?
I did not hear anything. Would you say something is not right?
Yeah, it sounded like glass was breaking. I mean, that can't be good.
It is worse than that. I think is glass leading into building. Something is trying to work way in, perhaps.
As long as it's not something trying to work its way out, I think we
I
should.
do not know anything about this thing you talk about.
All right. I mean, that can't be good for us. We should probably get going. Unless there's
Right,
anything
yeah.
else.
Doug,
Let's run away from this thing. No, that's Ben's turn.
Okay. Into the forest.
Forest. What?
Oh,
I will take this bullet for you, Doug.
Okay.
hold on. That's my obsession, is being the hero, though.
I have an idea for this.
All right.
So,
die.
we're moving out into the woods, and this thing now is behind us, and it's slowly but surely becoming a person. And it creeps up on us, and it's about to kill Doug. And I just am like, net. And the more we look at it, the more it starts to look like me. And I look at Reddick and I say, perhaps this is where I get off runaway bus going at least 55 miles per hour. You have seen speed. I know every American has.
Also, I think we just pick here who dies, and then we still have to do the full scene, like the picking the scenery and all that stuff. So I think you can just say that you're going to claim the fate.
I'll claim the fate.
And then we go through
Whatever happens.
The rest of the normal scene, but just this will happen at some point.
Yeah. That was it. Oh, no, we got to pick the thing.
You're the director.
I'm going to say the thick undergrowth. Gnarled root systems, bulging mushrooms laced with trunks, loom mace-like glinting eyes watch from burrows.
Yes.
Do you want we're just gonna see.
I mean, if you already know what you want to happen, then we don't necessarily need to do this, but
Oh, well, there we go.
we did it. Yeah, we already did this.
Creature creates a terrible moral conundrum. Exactly. All right. It knows what we're doing.
Bye.
Yep. All right. Tell us what. So how did your actual fate like?
The thing kind of and I look at each other and eventually put my hand out and we walk back to the lab and you never see me again.
Aw, they're in love.
Perhaps can fix. Perhaps can fix self. Perhaps fix other. Perhaps not. All right, cool.
All right, my turn. I bet we just move to the end. All right.
Oh,
all right.
Shit.
Yeah, that's gonna happen.
All right, so you become the director because it's your death scene. So we are at the apartments. What do these apartments look like?
What a treat. If no one else watches Kevmo, you'll not get that reference, but he is a guy who cooks for a sorority house at a university, and I think it's maybe at the University of Nevada. Very, very cool dude. Actually fighting cancer right now, but he has very short videos where he shows himself cooking for like all these girls, and he'll at the end of every episode, he's what a treat. So if you hear people do that, like apparently Colin did it last night during a Tales from the Loop game, Cassandra was the only one who caught it, and James said it apparently today. So that's what that is a reference to.
Yep, right over my head there. All right, let's do the luxury condos. Oh, that checks out.
Oh my God, this is almost perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see.
So I'd say we're going through the apartments. Everything seems to be fine at first, but then similar to the office, the apartments seem to be alive as well. And unfortunately, as we realize this and try to escape, we're both running. I'm kind of pushing.
Not so easy.
Oh, I mean, that's fine. So we're running, and that's not so easy. So we will click here. No, but all right. Unexpected ability.
You just go full sectar.
Full what now?
Sectar. Do you remember sectars?
Mm.
They were a 80s toy line of like insect people. That they had vehicles that were like sock puppet giant insects that they rode. That you hand fit inside them like a sock puppet because like the legs were your fingers. They were big. They were bigger than He-Man. I mean, not like in popularity, but they were like He-Man was 5.5. They were probably 6.5.
I do
In fact,
not.
they just did a new comic book of sectars like this month.
I missed that.
They're like a niche thing, but their niche is strong.
All right, I'll have to go down that rabbit hole later. So I'm just a giant bug now. So still giant bug.
I'd see you turn into a giant bug, and I freaked the fuck out.
Yep, you just kind of
the betrayal.
Trip me or hit me with something to knock me the F out, and you escape, and skin flap door closes.
Oh,
I feel like as you turn into a bug, you drop your big gun, and
there we go.
I pick it up and I start blasting you. What the fuck are you, man?
He says Riddicks check in, but they don't check out.
That's right. I start shooting him with the gun. I'm gonna hit it not so easy on myself.
He is made of strong chitinous shell now, made of keratin.
Exactly.
Yeah.
In a way that triggers my obsession.
You want to be seen.
And my obsession was my obsession is to get out of is to be the first to ever leave the zone, is to ever get out. So I'm gonna say it said no, but here's what's gonna happen. I shoot you, the bug man. I don't know if it kills you or not. I don't know. You can go however you want to go. We'll say it doesn't kill you, but something else can happen to you. But at some point, I do hit a bit of you where your insect blood splashes on me.
All right.
And that's kind of what's mutating me. And
it couldn't possibly
be
touching all these things you shouldn't be touching.
And then all of a sudden, my left hand also starts to turn into rotting dead wood. And it starts traveling, and then it starts traveling up both my arms. And it starts and all of a sudden my both my hands just kind of shatter and just fall off, and I'm like looking at my stubs and I'm freaking the hell out. So like the gun falls, obviously, because I was shooting it left-handed. But then out of my stumps, kind of more like plant-like arms more or less come out, I don't necessarily have hands. It's more just kind of a tangle. It's similar to Groot, I would say.
Okay.
Maybe a little more fleshy,
I
plant-like,
am
more than stick-like.
Zool.
It's kind of a green purplish color. Now it's like I'm kind of permanently bioluminescent, and basically it kind of happens to my entire body. My entire body starts to kind of like rot and flake off, and then but this leaving behind this plant-like flesh underneath. And it basically takes over my whole body, except for my head. My head is normal.
For now.
For now. But it all kind of started with the bug juice hitting me in the chest.
Yeah. Perfect.
That's what happens to me. Nate, what happened to you?
So you fired upon me. I am very
whether
wounded.
that kills you or that does something else to you, whatever you want to happen to you.
I think I'm mortally wounded, but I'm finished off by the apartment after the skin flap closes, and I can't escape in my wounded form.
Okay, and I run away.
Yep. So I will die and end the scene.
That is that was messed up, boys.
Yep.
And now it says it's Nate's turn.
Oh, all right.
Or I guess I can claim Nate. I can claim your turn. Let's just do
Okay.
that. I'll probably have to do it anyway because it's going to be my fate anyway. So I will say yes. I'm going to move to the center. Okay, the entrepreneur is at the center. Here at the heart of the zone, the entrepreneur will finally be able to express the wish that brought them all this way. What will the zone do with that wish? That's for everyone else to decide using the not so easy cards gathered on this journey. Enter the center. Okay. Ooh. The center, part 1. The lone survivors made it to the legendary center of the zone. First, define the center together. Is it staggering beauty, incomprehensible horror, alien strangeness, or something else? All right, how are we going to define this center?
I think because of the biological shit that you guys talked about the entirety of the time, I think it's like a grove of like, it's just like an endless grove of like these weird and beautiful fragrant trees. And then while there's no way it could go on for forever, it does.
For sure.
It looks like I want to say the tree-like structure, whatever they're growing, they're kind of encompassing it. So there's no sky.
Yeah.
When you look up, all you can see is just the growth.
Maybe like the growth has just enough like spots between the leaves that actually when you look up, it looks like the night, even though it's during the day because
it's dark. There's just tiny little openings where the sun is shining through, and it makes it look like stars.
Yeah,
in the canopy. I like that. There's kind of what looks like grass, but it's more the grass is more fleshy. It's more kind of like it's almost like not like worms, but like plant-based worms almost kind of growing up on the ground, and they're kind of moving on their own. It almost looks like seaweed underwater, kind of dancing, but it's not underwater. Anything else you'd like to add, Nate?
I think we're good. It's definitely not tiny hands.
All right.
Or is it?
Microscopic.
The center, part 2. You came into the zone driven by an obsession, which was be the first. No one else has survived this thing. You will. Do a short flashback about the origin of this obsession. Does it still drive your wish? Then describe how the zone tells you that it's ready to hear this wish. So yeah, my flashback is I was
Ungalore heard your wish. He heard your wish.
I'm kind of like doing the flash before your eyes kind of thing, where I'm seeing a lot of my life. I grew up rich daddy gave me everything I had.
Your nickname was Rich Daddy.
Yeah.
Rich Daddy would be a great name for a Mountain Monsters person.
Or a Chuck Taylor wrestler.
Yeah, or Chuck Taylor wrestler.
I was very successful in my early career. I mean, a lot of it was just listening to smart people. I didn't have any really amazing original ideas myself, but I was able to pick out talent at least. So
too close to home.
I know. Anyway, I was popular. I was famous, mostly for good things. But eventually, people kind of got to see the weird side of me. People were interested in more. The products that I had made kind of like were no longer relevant. I don't know what I got rich on. I don't know, like making phone books or something. You don't really get rich off of phone books, but something, you know, that technologically speaking is no longer relevant. So it's been since like the 90s that I was like relevant with my wealth. So I've still been wealthy, but I haven't actually been able to make anything like that puts me in the world. So while I've been living a comfy life, it's been a boring life. So I see just kind of me just kind of drinking and snorting cocaine and, you know, trying to find happiness with money and just not find anything, missing
Flying
that success that I had in my early career. I see glimpses of my failed presidential run in 2020 that siphoned votes off of Al Gore that let Bush win. So I guess that would basically be was that Nader? Was Nader in 2020?
I don't.
Or not 2020. Sorry. So I'm at 2000. I'm at 2000. Was Nader 2000? So it's basically Nader,
probably,
but just a billionaire version of Nader. Basically, I didn't know what the hell I was talking about. Everyone made fun of me. I was in SNL skits, and I was that laughing stock. I was shy, and it kind of put me into a hole, and that's kind of where that put me in there. And I've been just doing nothing with my life. I'm older, you know, and I'm just like I need to get that back. And this opportunity came up, and I'm just like, fuck it, what I got to lose? Let's do it.
Millionaire midlife crisis. A billionaire midlife crisis.
That's basically the origin of my obsession, and it definitely still drives my wish. So then describe how the zone tells you that it's ready to hear this wish. As I wander around in this opening, there's a tiny pond in the middle, and it's glowing a purplish green color. You know, I walk up to the edge of it. I look down. I see my reflection of my face and my plant body in the water. And as I look at my reflection of my face, I see that I don't see my current face. I see my face when I was 25 and successful. I see the me that I wish I still was. And to me, that's how it tells me that it's ready to hear my wish.
Damn. Like I said, Fungalore, he heard your wish.
So, this presence occurs, wish advances to the judgment. Everyone else will embody its own, decide if and how it occurs. It may not be so easy. Okay, so, I mean, let's see. I want to. I'm not sure how to say this. I want to.
Think about it like a wish spell in D&D.
Do we get to ruin it then?
Spell in D&D.
You kind of wish what?
Well, basically, I'll just verbalize what I'm thinking, and I'll write it down when I'm done verbalizing, and you guys can help me flesh out. Basically, my wish is I mean, I do want to, you know, make it out of here alive, but I'm trying to like embellish a little bit and like, you know, take into account my weird plant body. You
want to bring your plant body to the masses?
Yeah, I want to come out of here. I want to be I want to I don't know. I want people to see me, and I want my plant body to have magical powers that heals people or something, and actually does something good in the world.
Honestly, this feels very much like a billionaire. Not only do I want to come out of this alive in my new awesome state with my face looking like I was 25, but I also want to have magical powers.
I want to be back at, I don't know what it's called, just called base camp. And my plant body has. My plant body can cure cancer.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
That's my wish. That's my wish. Then everyone will all be loved forever. Even
That's
after
true.
I'm dead, everyone's gonna love it. It's not so easy. Zone players, you're now the other side of the not so easy. Nate, you got the most not so easy cards while alive. These are now the judgment deck. You'll decide how the zone treats the wish by choosing a card from this deck. Ben, you'll influence the final judgment by adding one card each to the judgment deck and describing a possible way things might go. All right. I will click start the judgment. And then I think it'll probably be up to you guys. I want to be back at base camp, and my plant body can cure cancer. Ben, it's your turn to influence the outcome.
So I pick one of these cards, I think, right?
Ben, he now chooses a not so easy card to
Okay.
add to the judgment deck.
I'm gonna choose this. Well, I can't choose anything.
Do you have to
Oh,
click
I
one?
choose these.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, so you're describe this possibility. Okay, yeah. So basically you put a yes button, so now I guess Ben, you have to just describe what your yes button
I'm
is.
gonna take what Spike said. Yeah, you can cure cancer, but they're going to harvest you to do it.
And I'll be either stuck in a lab or it kills me. Possibly.
No, they're just gonna grow you repeatedly. And the thing is, when they harvest it,
Oh.
you feel all of it every time.
Oh,
Can I
my.
die?
No, you don't ever get to die.
I'm just stuck somewhere growing and they're constantly cutting me up and I feel it every time.
Perpetually.
But I do cure cancer.
You do get what you wanted there. Thank you, Spike.
Yeah, I don't know if I can do any better than that. So, hello, Prometheus.
All right. So Ben, do you want to describe that in more detail?
You do come back and you are like famous. You are extremely like famous, but as soon and because they're like, oh my god, you can cure cancer, and A, you survived the zone, B, you are something we've never seen before, and you can tell us about everything that you went through, all your experiences. But you
Lots
told
of skin
us
flaps.
yeah, god damn it, you can cure cancer, and the government's basically, we're going to throw the kitchen sink at you, for all this information. But they use your own technology to make digital versions of you. So you don't ever need to do interviews or anything ever again. And they welcome you to your new home, which they refer to as the Arboretum. And this is where they begin to harvest you repetitively for your sweet, sweet cancer curing insides. And they just remind you all the time, Mr. Zool, this is your gift to mankind. This is why you're going to be remembered. There you go.
Yep. And yeah, I'm not going to add anything to it.
Oh, you're not going to do your own little epilogue about like...
Oh, it's got the epilogue, but it's like, yeah, it's like, okay, well, let's think.
What do you think?
100 years later.
Oh, God, that's even better, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We zoom in on my face. It's hey, what do you know? It's back to that young 25-year-old face that I saw in the reflection. We zoom out. It starts in hard on my face. It's that face, but yeah, it zooms out, and I'm strapped into a chair, somewhat similar to that plant thing we saw on that hospital gurney. And then,
might I make one suggestion?
Yeah.
What if after 100 years, the zone is everywhere and you've outlived humanity?
Yeah. I was just going to say, I'm just going to stick with my ending.
Now all are Zool.
100 years from now, it starts in, let's say it starts in on my eyes and my forehead, and you can see that my forehead's a lot, it's smoother. You can tell I'm younger, but as it zooms out and more, you realize that like my mouth has something over it. and then it zooms out, and my body has like grown throughout the room, and there are multiple men in fancy future hazmat suits. And they are basically cutting off pieces of me, and then they start to cut pieces off me, and then you realize that thing around my face is to just keep me from is so that they can't hear me screaming.
Oh, God damn, that's fucking.
Because every time they cut me, I'm screaming. So you hear my head like, but you can't see my mouth.
I have no mouth, but yet I must scream.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's how it ends. And then you realize, you realize that's been happening for the last 100 years, and it doesn't appear to be changing anytime soon because I still look young.
That's wild.
And that's the zone.
What did you guys think?
It's cool.
That was wild.
I could definitely see, doing it once. I could definitely see doing it again and having it be a lot more interesting. Or having a better idea what's happening, just so I feel like I need to touch more things, need to do more bad things.
I would say too, I just want to follow up by saying we played a game last night, the two of us, Duke and I, that is actually an up to 3-player game. It's called Anyone Can Wear the Cape. One person plays the hero, one person plays the villain, and one person plays the city. And it's got a similar vibe to this, because while there might be a little bit of dice rolling and there's like cards in it, it's super abstract. And it's like has an arc to it. It's like the hero and the villain's arcs are both going up, and then the villain's keeps going up, the hero's goes down, and then they do this at the end. But the city takes into account like the city we played in had 4 areas, like 4 neighborhoods basically, and like the hero lived in one neighborhood, so I had like bonuses to everything I did there because the people loved me there. But I went into certain other neighborhoods and they did not. One of the neighborhoods actually was like very pro the villain. So it was a very interesting thing like this, which I really enjoyed. I'm glad you guys like this. I think this is a very interesting game.
This is an interesting thing, and as I look at this, I'm like, I bet I could do like a Mountain Monsters version of this, and it would be pretty cool.
Also, this game you could play by yourself. This can be a single game. The thing I really love about this that I want to again just like pump up is the fact that the guy who made this game on Kickstarter, because I backed the Kickstarter. I'll be honest, when I saw that he basically was put the entire digital tools free online.
Yeah.
At first I was like, well, God damn it. And then I read an interview with him and he explained why. He said, because I grew up without having access to certain games, and I would hear people hear about them, and I was so like heartbroken that I couldn't be involved in that. So I decided I was going to make a game that was for everybody.
Well, that's nice.
And I was like, holy shit, this guy needs us all to be like, do this thing, like back this person's work. And I really think that he hit it out of the park with this. I think they fucking crushed it. Also, I love that you get these little reports, these after reports that you can then like share to Twitter or wherever, which I'm not doing because I hate Twitter. But yeah, this is incredible. I really think it was super fun. It was very fun to play this with James, but I will say it's a completely different experience based upon who you're playing with, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Because like Doug, you went hardcore at the end, and I was like, oh, goddamn, Doug. Doug went full John Carpenter the Thing there at the end, basically. He was like, oh, you think you've seen Bleak? Well, guess what? I got Bleak for you, baby. So yeah, I mean, fantastic. Thank you guys for playing it. Thank you for anyone who spent time.
Thank you for introducing it.
Thank you to anyone who donated or boosted the signal, or just, like Spike tossed cool ideas out that I stole for the game. Where can people find you guys? Because we're heading into the wee hours of Saturday, and then tomorrow is going to be a big day. So what we got?
Well, you can't find me anywhere until 8 a.m. tomorrow. If you do find me somewhere before 8 a.m. tomorrow, get out of my house.
You smell different when you're asleep, Nate.
Well, I mean, yeah, we all do. But in the morning tomorrow, I will be playing a possum in this thing that won't open up in Raccoon Sky Pirates. It'll be delightful.
It sounds like
he is Lazarus. He is an inventor, so
Ooh, I
we'll
like
build some stuff. Got a flying machine. It'll be great. And then from there, my list of things. Next, I'm a cat. I'm a kitty cat. Do I dance? I don't know. We'll find out. But really, what I will do, there's a fish tank. We're going to eat some fish. It'll be good there.
Sounds delicious.
That'll be run by Christy and playing with Zach and Chris and some other folks, I think. And then last game for the day, Oz the Weird and Wonderful.
Where you'll be playing?
I will be playing me.
Yeah, you'll be playing Nate.
I will be playing me. I'm a ranger. So we'll see how that goes. And then there's a wrap-up.
There will be a wrap-up.
Yeah, you can follow me on the social medias at Cubicle Zombie. Click my link to donate if you like, share, all the good stuff.
Don't forget, we also have a Discord. If you want to join, it's Known World United. And this is where we put all of our weird stuff. And there's a lot of weird stuff there.
Weird, good stuff.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Douglas!
Yes, you can find me on no social medias because I don't do that crap. Tomorrow morning at 6 a.m., I am joining the lovely Cassandra for some escape simulator, which I've never played, but I'm excited to play because I love me some escape rooms. So
She when she
downloaded and
saw
ready to go.
that, yeah, when she saw that there was an escape room simulator, and she was like, "Do you think I can play this with me?" And I was like, "I think so."
Well, of course he will.
And
I
then
think
she was
yes.
like, "I will be buying this thing right now."
I think good.
I didn't get to see her duck detective game that she played yesterday,
Mhm.
but she has gone on and on and on about it. So I'm very excited. I'm probably going to go back and watch that just because she was so pumped about it.
She said she's sad she can't play it again for the first time.
Yeah.
So
She said there's a huge twist at the end that nobody saw coming, which makes me very, very pumped about it.
So I'm doing that at 6 a.m. with Cassandra, and then at 8 a.m. Playing some Minecraft with Ben. I think Cassandra too, and maybe Matt, or I don't remember who else signed up.
I think
for that,
I can tell you who else is in it. Just give me a second.
And yeah, we're going to play some modded Minecraft. We're going to try anyway. I tried to pick a somewhat lighter mod pack that didn't have too many mods so that you can run on Ben and the Cassandra can run it. So yeah, definitely want you guys to
it's just us three now. I think Matt backed out.
Okay. But yeah, I think we're going to try to, it's basically just a very light mod pack around the mod create. So we're going to just, my ideal world is just like, let's just teach Ben some things about create, and me too.
That dinosaur prehistoric apocalypse mod has create in it. But I've been too afraid to fucks with it.
So yeah, we're going to give that a go and see how it goes. And that's it for me.
I will
donate. I don't have any extra life. Donate to Nate or Ben. So yeah.
I will also be Minecrafting tomorrow morning. Crafting Kids Assemble at 8 a.m. And then at 11 a.m., I am going to be playing All Out of Bubblegum. I had a sweet name for a character. His name was Christopher Cheeks was his nickname, Bologna. And his catchphrase was going to be, "I'm about to clap them cheeks." But now I'm like, I don't know. Maybe not. For those who don't know, All Out of Bubblegum is literally a one-page RPG, 80s, maybe early 90s action movie where you have bubblegum and you're alive until you run out. Basically. And it is buck wild. Matt's run it 2-3 times now, and every time he runs it afterwards, everyone's like, "When are we gonna do that again?" It is just a race. It is a race to your most 80s death.
Oh yeah, it's fun times.
Yeah, it's basically like someone described it as I felt like I was playing Tango and Cash Simulator, except for I was really, really fucked up on LSD. So I'm all about that. And then last but not least, well, not last, but I will then be running Oz the Weird and Wonderful, which is a super, super streamlined 5th edition where all the players are playing themselves and have been transported to Oz by Oscar Diggs, the previous wizard, who is trying to stop the Queen of Oz, Ozma, from outlawing magic. Well, from the general populace.
That's how it goes.
Also, an interesting thing reading through the book that I have, and the book is gorgeous. I actually bought it twice. I bought a digital version too, which is annoying as fuck. But they refer to the witches like Glinda and the Wicked Witch. They're not witches; they're liches.
Oh,
because there's regular witches out there, but these four, they're pretty much unkillable. They're fucking liches. So Glinda, the White Witch from Wizard of Oz, she's a lich, just so you know. Liches get them stitches, baby. And it is, the book is system agnostic, so you can play it with any system. This is kind of a trial run for me. If there's a lot of interest in it afterwards, it's actually set up to be more of a political city crawl rather than like a wilderness dungeon crawl thing like I do with Chaos Guard or anything like that. Is like navigating like the politics of Oz. And there's a lot of politics in Oz. And if you've ever read anything more than The Wizard of Oz, I believe Baum has 30 books. They're fucking wild. So I think it should be fun. We'll see what happens. I'm hoping to reach close, at least reach my tiny hands close enough to box God. And God has got a left hand, and it's called Mountain Monsters, and God has a right hand, and it was called DC Showcase Presents. So I'm hoping we get there, because those two were possibly the two wildest games I've ever run in any recorded fashion. They're at least in the top 10. Both are in the top 10 weirdest games I've ever run, period. They got so out of pocket in the best way possible. So that's what we got going on. Donate if you can. If you can't, boost that signal. And if you want to join in, if you want to play, if you want to just be in the chat, reach out, be a part of things, have fun. That's the one thing we want you to do, is have fun, because we're trying to raise money by having a good time, by having fun and doing weird stuff. So until then, go get some rest. You're going to need it. Bye.
bye.